What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Refinishing Furniture. My name is Monica, and I am the founder and creator of Girasol Vintage. If you're new here, thank you so much for clicking on this video. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more furniture DIYs and home decor content. And throughout this video, if you have any questions or suggestions, you can leave them in the comment section down below. This week, I'm going to be working on this mid-century modern bedroom set that I got on Facebook Marketplace for free. As always, step one of my furniture makeovers is removing the pulls and hardware so I can clean it. The top two drawers on the dresser have a funky design that's very typical of MCM furniture of the time. It appears to be wood, but it's plastic, so I'm going to remove it and see the condition of the veneer underneath it. I will be reusing the hardware, so I'm going to put it away for the time being. Also, before I forget, thank you so much for the response in the last video. Every time you guys comment, like, or share my video, it helps my channel tremendously. So thank you again for your support. Here, I'm just cleaning both pieces to get them ready to scuff sand and prime. This set has a combination of veneer and laminate, so I will scuff sand the entire dresser focusing on the laminate top. I know a lot of paints claim to be zero prep paints, but if you paint over shiny surfaces like laminate without sanding or priming, chances are the paint will scratch off. To scuff sand the top of this dresser, I am using 80 grit sandpaper, and for the parts that are wood veneer, I'm using 150 grit sandpaper. The sides of the dresser were a little banged up, so I used Bondo to fill in where the veneer was missing, and after it dried down, I sanded it down. So here's a little update from last video. Hubby and I went to Maryland last week to see some of the neighborhoods where we could possibly buy a house, and out of the 4 neighborhoods we visited, we really liked 2 of them. One of them is Lexington Park, and that's pretty close to base, so he won't have to travel very long to get to base, to get to work. The other one is across the bridge, and I think that's called Lusby. I think that's how you say it. Obviously, my first priority is to make sure that he has a good commute to work. I know what it's like to be in the military and how much it sucks to spend so much time on the road, so I want to make sure that we have that covered. We also saw a few properties that I thought could work for my business, but we have to get hard orders before we can fully commit to any one of them. Now, even though we only drove around to, I guess, quote-unquote, tour the neighborhoods, it puts my mind at ease because we have to stay there for 3 years, and I definitely don't want to be in a neighborhood or a place where I don't feel peace. Anyway, if you guys have any tips for buying a home, or if you want to share your buying home experience, leave them in the comments section down below. I primed the body of both pieces using tinted primer, and then I flipped the dresser on its back to begin sanding the base and the legs. Which, as you can see, my sander definitely needs a new sticky pad because nothing wants to stick to it anymore. But I gotta say, it's not bad for how long I've had my sander. I bought this, or my husband got it for me for my birthday more than a year ago, and I am just now having to replace the pad. Next, I started sanding the top 2 drawers because I wanted to see if I could save the veneer and have all the drawers be stained and the body of the dresser and nightstand painted. But unfortunately, the natural tone of the veneer was not even because of all the years that it's been stained in that pattern. So I'm gonna have to think of plan B. I went to the hardware store and I got like 10 feet of trim to cover up the holes left behind by the plastic design. I took measurements to cut 90-degree angles, which was an experience in itself, but I figured it out and I think it turned out pretty good. I use glue and staples to hold the trim in place because I'm going to be painting over it, but in the future if I want to stain the trim, I will use glue, clamps, and trim nails. For the rest of the doors, I applied 2 coats of special walnut stain by Varathane. I will be reusing the hardware. They're in great condition and all I have to do is polish them. I like to use Barkeeper's Friend to help me do the job. Lather the entire surface and let it soak for about 30 minutes. Come back with the toothbrush and scrub it until all the tarnish is gone. If you like to keep the hardware without a patina, you can top coat them with a clear poly. Finally, it's time to start painting the dresser and nightstand. I don't know what is it about neutrals, but I'm really digging them lately, especially anything green or beige. I will be using my pneumatic sprayer to make sure I have a flawless finish. Like I mentioned, I got this dresser from Facebook Marketplace for free, which is a great way for me to make the biggest profit possible. I will say I don't like to price my furniture on the higher end of the market because, number one, I don't want to keep the furniture in my space for too long, and two, I want to be able to have a steady flow of income, especially now that I'm quitting my job and I will be refinishing furniture full time. Now, I'm not here to tell anyone how to manage their business. This is just what works for me now. But I've seen some outrageous prices for refinished furniture out there, and let me tell you, unfortunately, they stay in Marketplace or Etsy or whatever platform they're being sold on for way too long. Like, I'm talking about pieces that have been there for like 6-7 months. So with that being said, this set sold for $550 just a couple hours after being posted online. I top coated the painted parts of the dresser using a satin water-based poly, and I did 2 full coats. To top coat the stain drawers, I use a wipe-on poly, which is an oil product. I like to use this over stained wood because the richness of the dark stain doesn't change as it does with a water-based poly. If you made it to the end, don't forget to like this video, leave a comment down below, share with your friends and family. This is a free way in which you can help my channel grow. If you want to see more of my work, you can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok with the handle MyDurasol_Vintage. Don't forget that all the links for the products used are found in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time for another furniture flip. Bye bye!